What was your reaction, Tom?
Okay. Thanks.
What was your reaction, man, when that happened?
Well, I was surprised. I knew it was going to be a tough fight for both guys. I knew Chocolatito wanted to get his title back. I knew Rungvisai wanted to prove that it wasn't a fluke the first time, that he's a true champion. Both guys came in with tremendous hearts. You saw really Chocolatito is almost like the hometown favorite here in LA. He had a tremendous turnout, completely sold out the StubHub Center. But you can't take anything away from Rungvisai. I think Chocolatito maybe started trading with him a little bit too early. His game plan probably should have been to go a little bit more in the later rounds like he did in New York in the Madison Square Garden when he was dominating the second half of the fight. But when he had the first knockdown, instead of, there was still a lot of time in the ring, and instead of moving and clinching, he kept fighting, and he just got caught a second time, and the second time just was boy, that was a scary moment for a guy like Chocolatito. You don't see him on the canvas very often, and you got to give Rungvisai a lot of credit. You got to give Inoue a lot of credit. I mean, Inoue, the monster, lived up to his nickname. I mean, that was the co-feature, and boy, you got to put Inoue the way he took apart a guy like Antonio Nieves. My ribs started hurting with those body shots. I was wincing, and boy, Inoue's got to be in the top 10 pound for pound. And then Estrada, the way he fought against Cuadras, you got to give those guys credit. It was a very close fight, a true Mexican style fight. I mean, there was non-stop action. The small guys always put on the biggest show, and Estrada has a big future in front of him at 115 pounds.
Do you see Chocolatito moving back down? Maybe these guys are a little too big for him?
That's really up to Mr. Honda and Taiken Promotions and his manager Carlos Blandon. He was dominating 112 pounds. It's when you move up 3 pounds, it doesn't seem like a lot, but he had a very tough fight against Cuadras at 115, and then he had the 2 tough fights against Rungvisai. It might be one of those things that just Rungvisai has a bad style for him. He's a southpaw, he's a big puncher. Physically, I mean, he's a big guy for 115 pounds. So at the weigh-in yesterday, I thought Roman was about the same size, but in the ring today, you could see Rungvisai was much bigger. So it was a great fight, great main event.
About Superfly, Tom, you think is one of the most very important event in your
I think it's one of the best best events we've ever been involved with. It's completely sold out in StubHub Center. This had so much world-class talent on it. I think we can do a Superfly 2 and a Superfly 3. I mean, the great thing about the guys in this division and the promoters is that they'll fight each other. They want to show who's the best, and when you had Inoue in a dominant performance, you had Rungvisai dominant performance, and Estrada, the way he boxed, what can you say? I mean, there's so much talent, and it's such a deep division that we can put on some great matchups.
As a promoter, how do you leave the moment when Chocolatito fell down?
It was tough. It was really hard to see the best pound-for-pound fighter only 2 fights ago, laying on the canvas like that, and not just being a flash knockdown like in New York. I mean, he was really down for a while, and that just, I mean, not just for Chocolatito, but anyone that goes down like that, as a promoter, it always pains you, because it's just you want the best for the guys that are participating on the show, and really put their hearts and souls into putting entertainment in for the fans. So that's a tough. It was tough to see him on the canvas for that long.
Early in the fight, Chocolatito was complaining about headbutts to the referee. Do you think that could have, in your opinion, been a distraction, since that was such a major factor in the first fight, that he prepared more for that in this rematch?
Yeah, it was definitely a big factor in the first fight. He got headbutted numerous times accidentally, but definitely I think that took a toll in the first fight, especially with the blood coming down. I think this time around there were a couple of clashes ahead, but it wasn't anything as serious as it was the first time. So I just think Chocolatito, he kind of got out of his game plan, where he started trading with Rungvisai a little bit too early, and you can't stand in the pocket with a guy like Rungvisai, a southpaw that can really punch.